My face needed to explode.
111 months. God damn.
I said it. Jim, thank you for 55 months. Rasp, thank you for 111 months. How are y'all? Tired, migraine. I'm sorry. Hey, Bugs. How's things? Any further news after your interview? I'm feeling pretty all right. Better than I have for a while lately. The past like 2 days. I'm only going to extend it 2 days. But I'm I'm excited for the move. We're just 2 weeks away now from moving. Still scary because there's still like it's not a little move. there's a lot to be done. No news on the one yesterday yet. They said I should know by next week. I have another interview on Friday now, and then I have a phone interview tomorrow. Oh yeah, I forgot it is 2026. So you are you are about like 1% of the way through the process. The first of 12 interviews has been completed. Good luck to you. Nakomi had an interview today, so that's good as well. Yes, working on that as well. And then it's not, I don't know how exciting it really is, but the new internet is locked in. It's probably just me being a little bit overeager. But then again, I don't know. It probably, in order to schedule the installation, it's probably wise to dig into it at least 2 weeks out. But yeah, 5 giggly bits per second. I'm very hype. I've been down this road before, and I've had better luck recently with my college's hiring website, but this summer not as much. But I've had better luck with Indeed this summer instead. Okay. Well, good luck to you. I hope that it goes your way. I hope it goes the way you want. It is a lot of giggles. And I'm debating on whether or not I want to jump directly into trying to overhaul the network or not. I am very excited about it, but it's technically not necessary out of the gate to do it. So, I don't know. I've kind of settled on what I want, and what I want is expensive. There's actually a lot of expensive things that I want to do, which is because I want I want to overhaul the network because I want to take, like full advantage of the speeds. I wanted to do home assistant stuff, and I wanted to do some security stuff. Yeah, hobbies are expensive. Although this is this hobby stuff? I don't know. Is it hobby if it also has utility? I guess so. I guess it's hobby stuff. I'm very excited to fuck with home assistant stuff. It's wild how many possibilities there are to do nice little automations with those things, and they're not even like complicated or expensive to implement. A lot of stuff boils down to you just have one of those smart plugs and you've got something plugged into the smart plug. Um, and that's that. And I'm gonna make sure that all the stuff I do with that is all uh essentially just smart enough. I know that there were some who had like misgivings about it before, but the assumption was based off of like, I mean, there are bad smart devices, right? There's a lot of that have their own like apps and things like that. But you have to kind of know what to get. You have to know what you're doing, and get devices that are local only, don't require an app, and basically built to purpose, that sort of thing. Hobby with benefits, yeah. I would love to work for the startup company I interviewed with yesterday. They seem like genuine people and major nerds, and I seemed to have impressed them. If I get a job regardless, that will work with me in the school year. That means I would have 3 jobs while being a full-time student and D&D DM. Yeah, got to throw that on there. You seem very busy. Very, very busy, Bugs. Yes, I'm actually very interested in that stuff, Copper. Um, I I would like to have some automatic air purification and air quality testing and things like that. So yes, it's on my list of things to do. Thoughts on Zigbee? I'm still learning, so I don't really remember the differences between like Z-Wave and Zigbee, and then newer things like Matter and Thought. Um, I know though that one or the other, Z-Wave or Zigbee, has shorter and longer range. I think Z-Wave is longer range and Zigbee is shorter range, but I might have it backwards. Either way, they both seem fine to me. I like them because they're essentially a local only solution. I want to avoid Wi-Fi home automation devices as much as possible. I've talked about this before, but the more Wi-Fi devices you have, the more Wi-Fi noise you have, and so and there's really no need for home automation devices to be Wi-Fi. That shit's just unnecessary. So I would prefer Z-Wave and Zigbee devices as much as possible. But to be honest, outside of Wi-Fi, the protocol doesn't super matter to me because of the fact that Home Assistant is going to sort of bring it all into all under one roof, you know? So the startup company is a computer recycling company, and that aligns a lot with my personal views. Your personal views? To be honest, I'm as busy as I am because of my BPD. Ah, if I have no time to let my thoughts brew, the better. Fair enough. You got to do what works for you. Nothing wrong with that. Yeah, I have a feeling, food, that it's probably a lot of trial and error. And I would imagine that everybody's setup would differ a lot depending on like what the construction is of the place that you live, and how the what the interplay is between the various devices you have broadcasting in your network, just in the air inside of the sort of volume of your place that you're working with. um so yeah, I don't know. I don't plan to over invest in any particular thing right out of the gate. I think that's probably the answer, is like initially experiment with stuff and see what works consistently, reliably, when more things are realistically set up, and then kind of slowly grow. So I'm not going to like go crazy all at once with like all the things. Just another day at the office. All the ESP32 wireless automation devices with batteries that need charged. Yeah. You can have, I mean, reporting inside of Home Assistant for like when something is, when batteries are going flat, is something that Home Assistant supports and stuff. So meh. there's automations for that too. Yeah, I think that's a probably a significant issue with it. Food is the fact that some stuff you don't have a lot of options. If the product just doesn't exist, it doesn't exist. For instance, I was curious about whether GFCI outlets existed that also had smart home functionality, and only one does. And the only one that does is only over Wi Fi. I believe it requires their proprietary app, and it doesn't even really provide many features at all. I think it was just you could reset it. You could get the status of whether it's been tripped, or maybe it was just you could only get the trip status and that you couldn't even reset it. I'm not sure. It was not very smart. It didn't seem like it was very smart. So it's not one I will be getting. The it also made it way more expensive, and it just doesn't feel worth the trade-off. Is just not worth it. I'd rather I'll just skip on that and just get little smart plug guys. Smart plugs seem to do the trick. You don't seem to need much more than that. Anything in wall should be Ethernet connected. What about fiber? All right. Well, anyway, let's get back into. Anyway, here's some Kentucky Route Zero. A phone. Conway. I guess we're going to be here for a minute. Looks like they have a few calls to make. What are you going to do? Yeah, that's a good question. I just thought I'd stretch my legs, on firm ground. I didn't realize this place would be floating on barrels. Back when I was driving long hauls, that's the real big trucks now. I sometimes wouldn't leave the cab but to pump gas. I took my meals in there, I slept in there, I changed my socks in there, the whole thing. So one time I was hauling a bunch of big spools, telephone wire, I think, actually, up from California into Washington State. You know where that is? It's way out on a map. It's kind of to the left of here, more or less. In between California and Washington, there's a place called Oregon. And you can't pump your own gas there. This is true. They have a guy who does it called a gas jockey. And you'd better not even open your door or they get all suspicious. I drove through California and into Washington, and I refueled in the middle in Oregon. And so I didn't set foot out of my truck for a whole day. When I came out of that cab, the ground rushed up like it missed me. Gave me a big old kiss right on the chin, right here. What I'm saying is, hell, I forget. What was I talking about? It's important to take breaks? Exactly. Don't forget that. And don't say I never taught you anything. Well, guess I'll head back aboard. Might see if I can find any of the good stuff stashed in the maybe in the spice cabinet, maybe in the medicine cabinet. That's where it belongs. Damn, they're really leaning into Conway being a big drinker. Not that he wasn't, but it was not as prevalent in the earlier chapters. It was there, but it was very much in the background. Also, if he's going to head on back, is he just going to abandon everybody and take the little the little boat back? Hell, who am I talking to? Don't listen to me, kid. I'll see you in a few. Conway? Is he going to swim back? Oh my god, he is. Yeah, it is a nasty relapse on the drinking. He just fucking... He just did that. Oh, this is the, there's a bear there. Yeah, it's the Bureau. What's the brief overview? Oh my god, Rasp. It's many hours long. Are you sitting down? uh Kentucky Route Zero is an abstract surreal narrative adventure story about people and life and debt and drinking and life. Jim has the right of it. We're making a delivery to Dogwood Drive. Uh,
Being washed in the bathroom sink.
weird.
I was just parking my car. I had to parallel park it. The street that I live on was full, but there was a nice. But it just got cold today for like the first time in a
Are
long time.
these
So that had to be
recordings
on.
from the calls
And whenever
in
you
the
have
middle
things
chapter,
on
the mid
in an
chapter,
old car, it definitely
the
smells
chapter bridge?
a certain way.
They are.
It smells kind of like almost smells. You can like smell that it's hot, and you can feel it too. But the smell that it is like from the car itself, like from the engine. And there's been a lot of smoking going on in that car, so it's not exactly a pleasant smell, but it's definitely strong and it's definitely there. And with the windows down, you can also smell that it's cold. So you get both. And that feeling together is super familiar if you've been in old cars a lot. Anyway, I was parking and I had to go in and out about it like 3 times. But when I finally finished parking, it was like perfect. Both wheels against the curb. And that's when I had like the double memory of when I first learned how to drive. My mom taught me how to parallel park. And she told me the story about when her dad, who was a motorcycle cop, taught her how to parallel park. And every time she parallel parked, he would take out a dime. And if he could fit the dime between the wheel of her car and the curb of the street, then she had to do it again. Uh, she didn't do that for me, but every time that I got upset about
Jesus Lord.
having to do it again, she would tell me that at least I didn't have to be a dime's distance away from the curb.
This is a real story.
I learned how to drive in the fall, and I got that snow a lot during that time. And I don't know when my mom learned to drive.
Holy. Oh no. Wow, they transcribed the whole thing? I just figured they didn't. God damn.
Oh, probably going to school.
That sounded like a Kiwi.
I can't sleep because the trees are scraping against my window, and it reminds me of a tongue scraping against my skin.
Does it? Why does that sound familiar?
What? I'm about to cross an ocean. I worry about my dog.
I like that one.
Can't sleep anywhere near a place. The gas is sold. Not when it's being sold, but when it's not being sold.
What? I wonder what percentage of these are trying to sort of mimic the vibe of the phone guy. This almost sounded like it was trying to sound like that guy.
I remember the number 10 in a flashcard with a turkey on it. It had a yellow background.
All right.
The frogs are too loud.
Oh shit. Damn loud frogs. That was music.
Not a whole lot. I guess I was walking. I was in a stroller in Treetop Park, Florida. My mother accidentally pushed me into a spider web. I freaked out a lot. I think that's the first thing I remember.
Y'all, I have memories still in my head of being in the crib. I don't know how common that is, but I do remember it. Same. Interesting, Fox.
We were sent for.
I remember specifically, I had one of those, were they plastic? I guess it would have to have been plastic. Like one of those plastic books that basically a baby can gnaw on and it doesn't matter. And I feel like I remember gnawing on it, and I remember it being like attached to the inside of one of the walls of the crib. And I kind of remember just sort of the general vibes of being inside of in a crib. Yeah, I was gonna say, if you don't have any memories past 5 years old, Bugs, then are you 5? None at all, food. How do you know to come back here every night? Or you just never leave? Oh, I'm not muted. Oh. Yeah, I remember I remember way back. I remember a lot of stuff from very young childhood. I remember also that my parents were sort of like vague impressions to me. That's a weird one to remember. They weren't like people. I imagine that one is probably, it's got to be more so that I just don't have the full original memories or something, but I feel like that's true. I feel like I had this, there was a period of time when I was a baby where other people were more of like a vague thing than clearly like, oh, I'm one of those and they're one of me.
I keep hearing these noises whenever I close my eyes.
I think that's true, food.
Bells ringing. But the bells aren't metal bells or ceramic bells. They're kind of bells like memory here. They're like this weird. I can't even describe the material. It's just present. This ringing.
How's it going?
It's going okay.
And as soon as
I
I
know, I made it.
I'm glad you made it. Is it How are we gonna handle Taco Bell?
Oh, I don't think we're going to. It's raining cats and dogs out right now.
Is it? Oh. Well, there's always quesadilla. Okay, there's not always quesadilla because that elicited a large sigh.
I mean, there is. It's not as good.
I never said it was as good. I just said there's always quesadilla.
I know, but it doesn't. Like, I still want Taco Bell. I did think about going on my own about an hour ago.
Yeah.
And then I was like, driving at night. No, thank you.
True Fox.
Huh?
Fox said with lots of napkins.
That's what my tits are for. Catch everything. You just wipe. I'm sure.
You know those rails they put in handicap stalls? Yeah, you use those for Taco Bell.
How? Why?
I
Where?
I think Sith is implying that you're going to be riding the porcelain so hard you're going to need a handle.
I've never.
I think Sith might be confusing it with Chipotle.
Well, no. A lot of people say that Taco Bell gives them the diarrheas.
And I think it's
just
I think
never
it's just a
happened to
meme,
me.
though. I think for any of the restaurants, it's basically a meme.
Yeah.
Except for that one time with Jack in the Box where it wasn't a meme.
I've had that happen to me with Chipotle.
I know. I'm just fucking around still. It sounded like I was saying a thing that was where I was trying to be truthful, but I was still fucking around. It pops down. Okie dokie. Well, it can't rain forever.
That's true.
I mean, what do you want?
Everything.
Woof. Okay, maybe it can rain forever. It's bad out there in the world. What the fuck?
Which direction is it going now?
Well, it's kind of looking like it's vaguely going down in that way, so we should be clear of it pretty soon. There's apparently like a little baby tornado up there.
Baby tornado.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't want to get too specific about what's happening. Don't want people triangulating our position, but we would be like, and it should be going.
Yeah.
So, we'll see.
Yeah.
Hey, Legend, welcome back.
I think I am gonna have a small snack though.
Holy shit!
I mean, a small snack.
What are we talking about? What are we talking about?
Tiny baby
What are
snack.
we talking about?
I know. I'll still eat Taco Bell. Tiny baby snack.
I don't even want Taco Bell. Bye bye. I don't hear stuff when I close my eyes. I see stuff when I close my eyes. I have often whiled away moments doing that.
There's a sheriff car with on the street, and I swear to God, it read super lift. It's a sheriff. My brain.
Hang in there. Yeah, where is the brain? Snowflux. Thank you for 56 months.
Getting caught next in the jungle trip. I was crying so that monster truck rally that my parents take me out and they missed it. One of those two. Seriously?
Wait, it doesn't say message.
Whether I wear boots or sneakers, my feet always feel damp. Cold and damp.
Weird. That's a weird one, bud.
Well, I was hoping that you'd be able to tell me why I can't sleep. It seems like it's been a long time, and it seems like it's been it just time to sleep now.
End of new messages.
Wow. I wonder I mean they're not updating these, right? Probably. Don't you go diving in too. It's actually really cold and kind of dangerous. Did he say where he was going? He's looking for the good stuff. I see. Still thirsty. Kate keeps some diet soda in the broom closet, but you didn't hear it from me. It's next to the bleach. Bring a flashlight. Oh, no, I don't think that's what he's looking for. So, any important messages? Every single one. Where are you headed tonight, small man? I'm just following my friends. Is this young woman your friend? We met Ezra earlier tonight, and he's been very helpful. I'm hoping we can return the favor once we get back above ground. Poor kid was sleeping at the bus station and just lost track of his folks. He'll be all right. He's more at home down here than any of us. Trust me, I have an eye for it. Kate, thanks for calling. How are you feeling? Pregnant? I couldn't get settled in bed, so I was just watching TV. Some cooking show about high concept junk food, and everyone from my high school chemistry class was there making cupcakes out of old bicycle parts. I think I might have dozed off a bit, actually. Honestly, this baby can come out whenever he wants. I'm completely over it. Don't rush it. Just try to get some rest. That's what Eric says. I guess it'll happen when it happens. I mean, obviously it... Whoa. God, the phones down here are such a mess. Hey, Kate. I really appreciate you checking in. I have your pager number, and so does Eric, just in case I'm too, distracted or whatever. I'll let you go. I should try to eat something. Reishi will help with your joint pain. Try some of that lichen oil I left, just to help settle your stomach. Munch on a bitter hedgehog cap. That should relieve some of your intestinal discomfort. Let's maybe stick to the joints. Okay, thanks. Maybe I'll just chew on some ice. Talk to you soon, Kate. Hopefully. Just checking in on a client. Did I mention I'm a birth doula? That's like a nurse, right? Well, no. I don't have any formal medical training or licensing. Just a lot of experience. I think most women who hire me mainly want someone in the delivery room who doesn't treat childbirth like some kind of disease to be cured. I mean, no hard feelings against doctors, but they have their own process and it can be pretty alienating sometimes. What do you mean, like the process of delivering the baby? I do not understand people who are like this. Wow, how does that fit with being a tugboat captain? Some women choose to come labor on the boat, actually. For the rest, I have a backup, just in case I can't get back to dry land in time. I've been lucky and only had to lean on her a handful of times, out of several hundred births. You'd never believe how many people are just born all the time. Your friend went back aboard? He's been drinking a bit. Oh, I should have pointed him toward the head. I'm glad you phoned. I was just thinking of you. You're sitting by the phone waiting for my call? That's so nice. I was eating an early lunch, actually, and my mind was wandering. I visited the hospital yesterday. I went to visit Uncle Andreas, but they moved him. Now he's in a hospice care facility run by some old Polish nun. Everyone says it's very nice. I asked them about visiting, and they said he didn't want any visitors. He's just being stubborn. Yes, it's typical of Andreas. I was thinking maybe if you came to visit, he would see you. All those afternoons you two would go drinking beers by the river. Don't you think it would mean a lot to him if he could say goodbye to you in person? Oh, Nadia, I'd never make it back in time anyway. It's true, you're a long way from home, Clara. I suppose it can't be helped. Oh, here's Mother at the door. We're going to try again to see him. I hope the tour is going well. Love you. Be careful. My sister back home. She's very depressing to me this morning. My uncle Andreas is terminally ill and refusing visitors, and Nadia is making a stir about it. I'm sorry to hear. Are you close? Yes, but only recently. He lived abroad for most of his life. I only met him a few years ago. My sister is older, so she knew him as a child, too. So I think her respect for him is distorted by sentiment. We must always take the dying at their word. Their motivations are beyond our understanding. The older man, he's swimming back to the Mammoth? No emergency, I hope. Was he? I feel like that wasn't... This is a weird assumption that Kate made. He's looking for the toilet. Well, I hope he finds it before we embark. He seems unsteady on his feet as it is. Brandon approaches. I don't suppose any of you folks are headed past the Bureau of Reclaimed Spaces? Not on this run, but we'll be coming back this way in a few hours. Well, I may still be here then. It's no big deal. I'll just hang out and read or something until it's time to head back to work. Hey, you folks are traveling with that old guy, right? With the leg? Is he okay? I saw him earlier tonight. He came by the storage facility for some files. He totally bit it on the staircase. He's okay though, right? Sure, he's just been drinking a bit. You know how it is. Yeah, you'd have to be to dive into the echo like that. Well, have a good night. Or morning, almost. That right there is Ratliff Monuments. If you ever need a headstone carved, for a loved one, I mean. Violet Ratliff, never married, nevertheless bore 6 children. Earl, Kelly, Barb, Ron, young Earl, and Beauty. And for each birth, she locked the doors of Ratliff Monuments for only one day. Even with young Earl, when she was in labor for 36 hours. Well, that's what folks said, and I met her, and I believed them. She had the unyielding disposition of a cliffside. None of Violet's children had any desire to go into monument making. Beauty thought it all a bit ghoulish. There's some truth to that. Very little demand for monuments to the living, after all. The run of the shop fell at last to young Earl, the only Ratliff still at home when his mother finally passed at 82, and who then had the honor of engraving her headstone. He's done well, for the most part. The shop was damaged in a flood several years ago. The showcase, a mock cemetery out front, was mostly washed away. Stone monuments, bobbing violently in the first torrents of the flood, eventually sank and spread along the channel bottom down river. An elongated graveyard for no human loss, visited by eyeless fish and adorned with indifferent wreaths of algae. If a few stray stones ended up at the bottom of Lake Leth, too, we'll never know. Young Earl is the last of his short line, professionally, and there's nobody around qualified to carve his monument, so he's already claimed one of those at the bottom of the river for himself. That was a really good line, Arfie. The unyielding disposition of a cliffside. What's this dump? Shannon, Ezra, the old man, and I stopped at the Radvansky Center to make some quick cash. We're on a boat, on a river, in a cave, stopping by the Radvansky Center to make some quick cash. Good morning. Bags isn't feeling well. Long night. Poor kitty. What are you watching? Security tape from last night. Daryl left the lights on again. Should we slash his tires? I'll leave a stern note on his desk. Spare the rod. What are we doing today? Right. This is weird. You know that old vending machine? The one that only has tomato juice? No, no. The old one they just stopped refilling. Remember, we rolled it out onto the dock last August and some scavengers stripped it for metal in the middle of the night? Daryl cut his hand cleaning up after them, and it got infected. Remember? No. Okay. Anyway, the rest of it ended up in the coat room until finally Daryl was piling it into a big bag for the trash barge to pick up, and he came across this box lost behind all the junk.
Live that no pants life.
Check it out. Lime, thank you for 20 months. This looks old. Yeah. There's a bunch of videotapes and completed questionnaires. I looked up the reference number, and it's never been processed. So I guess that's what we're doing today. There's no date on it. We'll just have to make one up, unless there's some footage of a calendar or something in here. I guess these are the old tests, before we started doing the video exit interviews. That's annoying. Yeah. Let's see, how did we do this? I'll run the tape, you interpret the questionnaire, and I'll type it up? Oh, well, that's Shannon. What's all this, though? The modernist bookshelf with the fancy vintage turntable. So ostentatious. So Daryl. What? That was my bookshelf. Oh, no. But you, like, grew out of it or something, right? It ended up in the lab somehow. I keep my books in a pile now. It's easier to find what I'm looking for. Never, what shelf is that book on? Only, well, it's somewhere in the pile. Pragmatic. Wow, I haven't seen that poster in a while. I think that was mine from college. Yeah, definitely. Oh, right. Daryl swapped it out in the redesign. Now it's... What's there now? Yeah, that's weird. I can't picture it. I mean, I can picture the wall, and there's definitely something hung there. That's gonna bug me. Want me to go look? It's just down the hall. No, it's okay. I like how the camera is doing very much CCTV camera style movements. It's pretty good. This should be some basic information. And the first control test. Subject's general disposition. Jen looks over the questionnaire document from the envelope. Question: why are you here? Response: the other passengers said we could make some quick cash taking these tests. Pragmatic. Demographic category. Question: what's the first thing you remember? Response: I remember a box of small gears. Working class. Do you think we should use the old categories or the new categories? Oh, right. Will the computer even still take the old ones? They're still in the menu. Okay. In that case, put in precarious. Sure. Oh, I forgot. Name? It says Marquez on the file. Whoa, Marquez? Are you sure? That's what it says. Do you know her? That can't be... No, that's not her. Did she come alone or with a group? I don't know. There's an extended monitoring tape here, too. We could check on the dock when she showed up. How far into the future are we? How long ago was it that we visited this place? Oh, it's... Wait, who is that? The guy in the hoodie. What? I've never seen him before. Really? He looks so damn familiar. I thought maybe he was a former intern or something. He's a little old for that, right? No, I don't recognize him. Sorry. You're all deja vu this morning. It's spooky. Sorry. Just one of those days, I guess. No, definitely not. Oh, she's traveling with one of those creepy distillery guys. Him? Nah. He just looks like some old drifter. Maybe you're right. It's hard to tell in this light. Huh. I guess the old man is on dinghy guard duty. A noble assignment. So, who was this lady? Oh, right. Well, do you remember WEVP TV? No. Okay. It was a community television station. The Consolidated Power Company had to fund it as, like, a punishment for owning too much of the broadcast spectrum or something. Oh, they used to screen your videos, right? Yeah. It was like a co-op. I did some maintenance, and they gave me a slot to show my work. And they had that naked banjo guy late at night. Yeah, that's mainly what everyone remembers. I guess their whole mandate was community expression. He was certainly expressive. Oh, wait. Was WEVP the one that... The flood, right? Yeah. Damn. So, Shannon Marquez, did she have a naked banjo show too? What? No. Let me guess. Question. Which of the following sentences best describes you? I grieve for fading memories. I am haunted, unable to forget. This one. She had an exercise show? Nope. I never heard of Shannon Marquez. It was a Weaver Marquez I knew. She worked at the station for a bit, and then she left on kind of weird terms, actually. Anyway, where were we? I'm seeing live unstable. Must be the jitter. I haven't dropped any frames. Strange. Okay, how do we rank her from the control test? Question. Without turning around to look, please describe the following objects. Bookshelf. I don't remember. It has 5 shouts. It is shaped like a transformer coil. It reminds me of a department store. Poster. I remember circles. I have a poster in my workshop, a vintage advertisement for vacuum tubes. Question. Lighting. 1 lamp. Average, I guess. Average, okay. What? Huh? What is this? A strawberry, a pear, an apple, and an orange? What's going on? What is this place? Why is there this arch now? Why would you put an arch here? What are we looking at? It's a picture of a pear, right? How many pictures did she remember? 2. Or actually maybe 3? What? She wrote down orange, strawberry, guava. Guava? I think she meant the pear. See, that's why I hate this test. There's so much fruit that basically looks just like other fruit. Oh, guava. Does a guava even look like a pear, though? I don't think I've ever seen a guava. I thought they were pink. They're just pink on the inside. You wouldn't confuse a real guava for a real pear, but in one of Daryl's crude watercolors. But I can still clearly tell that's a pear, even on video. Yeah, you and I can, but we already know it's a pear. She could be remembering wrong, or just identifying what, to her, is a much more likely fruit to appear in a painting based on any number of cultural, social, geographic, you know. She didn't say anything in her response to help clarify. Let's see. Question. Please describe in detail any sensations that accompany your memory of the pictures. It makes me think of being a kid. My mother gave me some mushed up guava once to cure a toothache. Not really, just some sensory memories of guava. I guess we should just skip the pictures. That's a shame. It's really hard to measure memory degradation in some of the later tests without this one as a baseline location updating scenario. I've been saying we should just use photographs. Watercolor paintings already have the quality of a half-remembered dream anyway. Like they're inviting you to forget them. Or somebody else already forgot them for you. Like a mama bird feeding her chicks cotton candy. That's a crazy, weird thought. Photographs are... It's not that they're really more accurate or true, but we think they are. They put you in that mindset. They have authority. So, yeah, out with the watercolors, I say. But then poor Daryl would have nowhere to exhibit his work. Jen makes a noise. Jen, look who it is. Aw, I missed that kitty. Geez, how long ago was this? I forget what became of the white one. Her name was Coconut, and she disappeared without a trace. Easy come, easy go? I wouldn't say easy. I had to leave food on the dock for a week before she'd come inside. She only stuck around for a month or two. You probably saw quite a lot of her. I remember you were working nights then. She was a nocturnal creature. That's right. I remember. Oh. I've picked up a thing. I don't know what it is. I'm giving it to the cat. It's food. Wait. I don't remember this test. Oh. Did we cut this one? What's the questionnaire like? No, this is just... Sometimes, if I can't make it in for a few days, I might leave a note to feed the cats. For the test subjects? Wow. How do you know they'll do it? I write it on university letterhead. Jen, that is unethical. At least I don't use university property and research equipment to make weird video art. Very well then, I contradict myself. I wonder which is the nobler transgression. I'll settle that question. It's nobler to feed kitties. I'm guessing Coconut left by joining us on the boat. That seems like the vibe of this game. It fits. This is cool. Oh, okay. This is before the CD players. I hope she remembered to rewind. They never did. And Daryl would be in all night, rolling all these tapes back one by one in his little Walkman. He still has that thing. He says he uses it at the gym, but I think he's just too attached to his old mixtapes. He is so sentimental, our Daryl. These tapes had sounds from my apartment building. Did you know that? Oh? I thought it was stock sound effects from the library. Yeah, the CDs are. But when it was on tape, Daryl had me borrow a tape recorder from the music department and go collect them myself. He showed me a first draft of the questionnaire. I think some of them are still in there, like... Question. What were you thinking about immediately before listening to the tape? I was thinking about my friend. Question. After the tape ended, how quickly did your thoughts return to that subject? I never really stopped thinking about it. Right. I don't really get the point of that question. I think it's just there to set a baseline for the introspection index. So all the doors opening and closing, those are all from your apartment? Most of them, yeah. Others were from the basement. We have these rows of storage closets down there. None of them are locked or anything. It's just like this weird row of doors. They're not even marked or differentiated. You have to keep count as you go and remember which one is yours. Mine is number 8. I went down there a little tipsy once, Sunday cleaning, a few glasses of wine. Anyway, I accidentally opened number 9, and it was full of mice. Like, for a computer, I mean. They were all neatly arranged on shelves, organized by some inscrutable quality, cables tied with Velcro. The neighborhood mouse hoarder. A collector, I think. I guess he lived next door. I told Daryl we should add a question, something like, question. While listening to the tape recordings of doors opening, if at any point you have any expectation or visualization about what might be on the other side of one of these doors, please write it down. The first door, I thought it led outside. I was just curious, I guess, since it was from my building. Like, I have a strong sense of where these doors lead, just by hearing them. But is that just from my memory, or is it inherent in the sound somewhere? Interesting. You should write a grant proposal. Oh, I wouldn't want to step on any toes. You know, university politics. Oh, here's another extended monitoring tape from the waiting room. Busy night. There he is again, sleeping. Where do I know him from? It's gonna drive me up the wall. Does he work at the university? Oh, that sounds familiar. Yeah, I think he might have worked there a long time ago. Maybe when I was an undergrad. Yeah, he was a teacher, right? A professor. Ah, the Paleolithic. I thought he looked a bit rugged. That's right, Jen. I went to college during the Stone Age. What was your major? Fire. I don't think he was a professor. Maybe staff? It's been so long. Sometimes I wish I'd just barreled through like you did, instead of taking time off before grad school. I'm sure it was the right thing to do at the time. Yeah, or the only thing. I was such a mess. Did I ever tell you about that? My boyfriend died suddenly, in my last year of college. Oh, poor thing. It's okay. It was a long time ago. But yeah, it really shook me up back then. He was studying astronomy. We were both really into experimental music. We took a few art classes together. Uh-oh. I thought the storm was passing us, boo. I'm hearing some thundy. Let's see. Sorry, I'm checking a weather map real quick to see what's going on. Yeah, we are absolutely in it. Setting off the dogs. I don't really know which way this storm is going. But hopefully it goes away from us. Good night, bugs. That's so sad. How did... Sorry, never mind. No, it's okay. That's the thing, actually. I mean, that's what shook me up about it. It was just this random accident that never should have happened, and so sudden you never could have seen it coming. He was back home, visiting his parents, and he fell off a roof. I have never seen that one, Arfie. Nice. Ooh, play animation. Nice. This is a cool ass map, Arfie. This is a really nice one. Holy, the precipitation one looks super cool. That's a now. Yeah, so based off of this, it looks like we're right on the edge of this shit. Dang, what a cool fucking map. It's crazy. Yeah, we're getting some thunder. We are getting some thunder. Damn, I know what you mean. You can't predict that kind of, what do you call it? Freak accident kind of thing. My psychiatrist says that's why I'm such a pessimist. Dude, who has psychiatrists anyway? Well, I think you're remarkably upbeat, all things considered. I mean, you know, that thing with your boyfriend and the roof, but also what happened to the TV station. Acts of God. You think? No. I mean, that's what you call it. That's what you say when it's nobody's fault. I don't think I believe in that. What? Acts of God. Yeah. But there has to be a word for when something completely shitty happens for no reason, right? I guess it's kind of archaic. Jen flips through the questionnaire. Question. First, please use the blank space below to describe your general feelings about television. If you have difficulty summarizing your emotions succinctly, or have too many different feelings to fit in the blank space, you may also use the back of this paper. Television is my preferred window to the world. Question. You were asked to watch several videos. How many of the videos did you watch? All of them. Speaking of the TV station, you were saying something earlier about that other Marquez girl. Holy shit. Hold on a second, folks. God damn. Woo. Yeah, buddy. Like a monsoon. Oh, the rain has started coming down. Like, it just started blasting down. Bud, thank you for your attentiveness to the storm situation. We got the message. Message received. We're all set. No further updates required. There is a storm. Storm confirmed. Good job, Mr. Buddy. Well done, my tiny friend. Hello, Miss Bun. Yes, there's a storm. Yes. Yes, there is. Thank you for sneezing all over me. Oh, right. I was talking about Weaver. Yeah, what exactly happened with her? You said she left on weird terms? Yes. Well, so actually, she just stopped showing up. That was pretty normal. It was all volunteers, right? Community television. Yeah, people didn't really give much advance notice. They just got bored and drifted away. It was more like an art project than a job for most people. Weaver Marquez helped manage the archives, like filing and sorting old tapes of broadcasts. I think she was pretty smart. She probably could have been more help fixing equipment or something, but she seemed content just to organize tapes. Nobody ever talked to her much, so when she left, no big deal. But then, a couple months later, we started getting these bizarre interventions. Question. The camera focused on a table, passed through a doorway, then focused on another table. Which object present on the first table was also present on the second table? The picture was too blurry to make anything out. You should have these VCRs professionally cleaned. I'm writing my number on the back of the page. Someone would be doing a show in their normal time slot, and then suddenly the feed would cut. We'd still be broadcasting, but our signal was totally jammed. Oh, like interference? I mean, total blackout. Then this video would come on, clearly shot in our studio at some point, and it was her, Weaver Marquez. She'd be standing in the middle of the studio, facing the camera. Question. At the beginning of the video, you were asked to make note of a memory from earlier in the day and associate it with one of the objects on the table on the screen. Which of the objects did you choose? The folded map. Was this object present on the second on-screen table after the camera passed through the doorway? Not the same one, but another one sort of like it. It's a bit fuzzy in my memory, but I do remember the sound, this awful hum. Like that was how she did it. She made a hum so sinister it drove our signal into hiding. That rocks. I like that. That's good. That's that good shit. Question. You were asked to make note of a fond memory from childhood and associate it with one of the objects on the table on screen. Which object did you choose? The empty bottle. Was this object present on the second on-screen table after the camera passed through the doorway? Not the same one, but another one sort of like it. Then there were these on-screen captions, exactly the same every time. I don't remember what they said. Something creepy. Wow. Question. The video began in one room and passed through a doorway into another room. In each room, a piece of music was playing. Was it the same piece of music in both rooms? Is this all based around that whole thing of like crossing a threshold and do you remember stuff when you pass through a threshold? Because Conway did bring that up yesterday, in yesterday's stream. No, they were different. Was the music in the first room optimistic or pessimistic? I think the music was pessimistic. Was the music in the second room optimistic or pessimistic? I think the music was optimistic. We had a title maker at the station, but it was a different font. I guess she recorded it at WEVP and then took it somewhere else to add the captions? I don't know. We all did a lot of speculating about how she made the video. Why she made the video. Yeah, why not just broadcast it normally? It was community television, right? Couldn't be any worse than Naked Banjo Guy. Yeah, exactly. Some people thought it was a protest or something, but I know she didn't have anything against the station. To me, it felt kind of urgent, like she would have done her broadcast through the proper channels, but something came up, a crisis or something. Question. The video began with footage of the outside of a building and then entered the building. Was it day or night outside the building? It was night. Question. When the camera exited the building again, was it day or night outside the building? It was night. How often did it happen? A lot. Dozens of times. It went on for years. We even thought about asking the police to look into it, but it's so hard to locate a pirate signal. I mean, it could come from any direction, you know? It's all just waves. Exactly. I almost thought I wasn't going to be able to watch the last TV, which would have made me go crazy. Question. The camera passed through several doors with inscribed labels. Please write down the sounds you heard as the video passed through the doors with the following inscriptions. Question. Travel. A diesel engine idling. Question. Nourishment. Someone hammering on wood. Question. Sleep. A fire burning. Weaver's video showed up again right before the flood. Actually, I think it might have been the last thing we ever broadcast. Hey, no need for more barks, buddy. Hold on, I gotta look at the rain again. Golly. It is coming down in sheets. It's very windy. And that rain is just being like thrown at the ground. Okay. Location updating effect on emotional memory. Subject is sleepy but not depressed. Probably just came in a little distracted. Just record this whole set as is with a note like, produce the standard effect on the forgetfulness index. Damn, this is taking a while. Daryl will be heartbroken if this is the only box we get through today. The poor thing. He is like a paper butterfly. I would say a moth. Whoa. Left or right? Left or right? Oh, this is a calendar. There we go. They wanted a video of a calendar, right? Do we want to go forward in time or backwards in time? Let's try backwards. Oh, look. Can you read the date? Damn, I can't read it either. It may not have even been current. I remember for a while we had a calendar up that was like years behind. I think Daryl liked the picture. What was it? Best friends. Every month there was a different pair of animals that were friends. That's adorable. I think I'm going to be sick. You don't remember that? That weird intern brought it in from home. What was his name? Who? Oh, you remember. He was always like, I mean, we would make fun of him for... Damn, he's almost completely gone from my brain. So many interns coming and going then. I guess I didn't even bother remembering their names. I wonder who was working back when this was recorded. Is there a tape of the monitoring room? Yeah, here it is. Oh, before we check that out, did she flip the calendar forward or backward? Backward. Oh, weird. They usually flip it forward. Is that Coconut? Wait, that's Ezra. There she goes. Wait, do you think... Did she follow them out? Oh, well, here's the last extended monitoring tape from the dock when they left. See? Told you he was one of those distillery guys. I guess you were right. These other guys came to pick him up for work, maybe? I don't like how they all hang out together. It's creepy. We hang out together and work together. Yeah, but it's not... They're like more than coworkers. I don't know. I just get this awful feeling whenever I see them. Like I knew them once, but not anymore. Like when they make up a dead person to look like an old photograph of themselves. Sort of familiar, sort of strange. Yeah, exactly. There ought to be a word for that. Bye, kitty. They look like nice enough people. I'm sure she's very happy with them. Yeah. They used current tense. So it's not been so long that the cat is definitely dead. So this has been a bit of a memory trip for you, huh? I bet you didn't expect those old tapes to stir up so much. How does it feel for these people to come up again? Weaver Marquez and Wise Will, I mean. And what was your boyfriend's name? The one who died in college? Charlie. Yeah, it's kind of a bittersweet experience, actually. Like looking at photographs of people who've died or moved away. People that are gone. Gone but not forgotten. No, not forgotten. You're right. This game is really something else. Look at those easels and tables on the beach over there. They call it an open-air gallery, or probably something more upscale like alfresco galleria. They say it's a popular design in foreign cities like Paris and New York. That may be true. The appeal is clear enough, I guess. Anyone can wander in and out. There aren't any walls or doors. There's no roof either, just a kind of thin cloth membrane. Not quite a sheet or a tarp, but more like a drape of rolled out spiderweb, looking like it might bunch up and dissolve if it ever got rained on. No concern down here for rain. Everybody thinks they're inside, just because they can't see the sky. But it's a microclimate down here, and it surely does rain. Right now, they're exhibiting some intimate photographs of small town life. The pictures all sort of run together. After looking at them all in a row, it's hard to come away with any specific memories of people or faces. You just get a kind of fuzzy afterimage, the warm residue of a community. No individual meaningful except as a bit of contrast or shading. Reviews have been good. It's a popular show, probably because of its relevance. The town depicted in these photos was very recently flattened to make way for a big museum project. It's really hard to describe. Oh, this is my wallpaper on my desktop. It's hard to describe what it is about the way that this game conveys its story, but there's something about how every piece of it is just sort of told with this total confidence, regardless of the absurdity of the content. Also, I just noticed if you look down at the bottom there, there's a whole bunch of, I guess, chairs and televisions and planks floating along in the water. Ezra helped Kate forage for mushrooms. Act 4, Scene 6. A grove. Ooh. Well, we will learn about this grove next time. Next time on Kentucky Route Z. Yeah. Thank you very much for watching, everybody. I hope you enjoyed, as always. And I will see you next stream. Bye-bye.